in the despite of the different challenges which is facing right now in Venezuela, and it's 7.2 and 7.5 Richter scales earthquakes which is occurring, and the disruption of the 17,000 people families in different regardless, and it's working for the different government ministry, but the government is escalations of the emergency, and it's due to the formation of different casualty which is occurring in the Venezuela. But the despite of thinking about last 2 years, Venezuela is facing for the political instability, economically disparities, and the inflations, and which is the different way of the challenges, and its humanities. It is not be crucial for their advantage, but the representatives of the ideologically the different advantage, and it's working for the conditions about the different way of the world which is seeing them for the Venezuela casualty, and it's a different way of the disruptions and loss of lives according to the America Meteorological Department. More than 1 lakh people's died, but the exact data is not revealing for the structurals, but the different way of the sources which reveals about 300 people's died, 10,000 people injured, and the representatives for the structurals for the different way for the helping security for the like India and its a different neighboring country. Also, despite the America is helping for the different way and its security provided, but the structurals about the way of the historically influential, and its structurals for the formation of horizontal plates, interruptions, and way of the earthquakes emerging, and it's a processing for the different way of the geographical conditions. It's all about the know about the structure of the largest crude oil reserve in Venezuela, and it's happening for the political instability last year for the last year, not on last year, just in this year, 5 month ago, and the different ways for their working, and it's a structural for the foundational, and it's a way for their different way, and it's a distinguished for the cooperations working, and it's helping for the humanity emergence way of the scopes, damage of the property, and its damage of the buildings also have the different loss of the way, and its institutions are working for the helping, and its nature for the devastation, and different departments working for the structurals, but the way of the scope, and its societal structurals working for the different way, and it's basically for the transformation working structurals and helping for the different way, and it's growing for their advantage significance approach, and its efficiency determining for the prospectus for their different deterministic, and it's working for their different way, and it's a supply chains work efficiency forbidden for their supplementary, and its ideologically which is the transformation according to the resources and different media resources which is finding for the different way, and its working enhancement prosperity, but the way, and it's ecologically which is defining as structurals for their resources, and it's gracefully transformations way for their efficiency, and it's lacking behind their procedures, and it's working constitutionalization for the different phrase, and it's fundamentals natures, but the different way of the surrounding parts and the geographical condition is not be properly which is emerging, and it's a horizontal plates emerging, and its influence for the structure of the earthquakes like the 2.7 Richter scales and 7.5 in just 1 minutes under for the different advantage, and its growth for the devastating structures prosperity, and its subordinations for their structurals, and it's growing, but the advantage, and it's growing for the different way, and it's challenges for their requirement, and it's facing for the societal association cooperations, and it's defining for their different advantage, and its resources which is the growth, and its orientational neutralization It is the just a try to the proper coordination when the different country facing like the natural calamities and the natural devastations, also having like the earthquakes, tsunamis, and its volcanic eruptions which is taking parts in the Eurasia plates, tectonic plates, and also for the subordination for the working and its cooperative for the different emerging and helping capacity. It is just like the transformation of humanity, peace and prosperity which is provided. The thinking about the proper way of the structural strengthening ecosystem, rehabilitation surrounding and its proper surveillance for the working for the preventing civilians. Just try to provide the access of the hospital, proper hospital treatments, and its enforcement for the structural treatments and food possibility enrichment transformations, daily necessary food items, and its growth for their structurals. It is the process for their defining and its advancement. The different neutralization in its growing for the different way and its balance for their ecosystem for their transactions, which is helping about the way and its balance for their defining and its association for the different way. And emergency in thinking about the work is not be properly happens. The world is just think about the how to the casualty emergings in just 1 years, and it's facing for the different way and challenges emergings, and it's a possibility for their advantage and its prosperity for their structurals growth and its management for their maintenance working and its efficiency. It is basically for their transforming the structurals and its growth for their efficiency, and it's just like the abrogations of a different way for their efficiency and its advantage possibility. They try to enforcement and its a configuration for their working preventing structurals procedures about the working and its advantage for their different distinguish and transformation, like the different way for the working and its structural cooperative advantage like the United Nations cooperative and it's a United Nations Security Council's a different way for the organization World Banks and World Economic Forums, also for the contribution of something which is helping for the immersing of different way of the civilian working and its enhancement prosperity, the structural and its regulatory advantage, the prosperity for their insecurity and its structural for their different way and its balance for their balance, the ecosystem transformations gestures and its working capacity. The prosperity it could be better, the transformations occurs and it just be went throughout the growing prosperity and its structurals for their advantage and its a balance for their capacity and its neutralization, the proper advantage and its insecurity about the structurals and its happening for the way for the challenges, like in this scenario the Venezuela is a proper retention and the world is just notice about the humanity structurals just helping for the nature of emergence, and it's going throughout the world which is facing like a different casualty, and it's not be properly for the globalization, different way for the continental humanity and civilians disruptions, because they have just tried to the immersing of different ecosystem and it's a transformation for their different way and it's a growing for the formulation and its challenges scope efficiency, which is the prospectus for their ideologically and its transformation for their different basic and its transformation for their ideologically advantage, and its a growth efficiency which is the lateral and its a political security and transformations organizational helps, and it's basically for the economically resistance as structurals and its a cooperative way for the balance of a proper way of the efficiency of the governance as structurals, which helping for the advantage and it's solving the critical challenges in Venezuela like the earthquakes and the political instability, which is facing current, and this situation is also be solving in just one in 3 years. But the time it is just approach about the different country to just be helping in different way, and it's a way for the occupancy transformations. Okay.